Hi, and welcome to my North Knit Corner podcast. My name is Anne, and I come to you from the south of Norway. This is my little corner of the internet where I talk about my knitting. Welcome if you have been here before, and welcome if you are here for the first time. I hope you have some time to sit down and knit or crochet and have some coffee or tea or something to drink and have time to spend with me now. Well, and talk about what I have been doing since the last time. So welcome so much. You can find me on social media. On Instagram, I am My North Knit Corner. On Ravelry, I am Strikkekroken Pod. And I also have a group there for this podcast called My North Knit Corner Podcast. You can find timestamps below on this episode, so you can just jump ahead or skip whatever you want. And I also have information in the description box below for everything I talk about today. And if there is something that you want to know that I haven't said, please contact me on Instagram and I will try to answer as best I can. Yeah. I am wearing today something that was almost finished last time, but I hadn't washed it or blocked it and hadn't weaved in my ends. But now it is done, and I told you that I thought it was too short, and you told me to wash it, and I did. And it grew like 5 centimeters, so I'm very happy with it. And it's my love note, and it's designed by Thanx Knits. Yeah, I have knitted it in a hand-dyed yarn by a Norwegian dyer called Garnfene, which is also a yarn store here in Norway. The yarn is called Wisteria, and it's held together with Viking Kid Silk in the colorway pink. And I think the colorway number is 364. And I'm very happy with it. And it grew 5 centimeters, as I told you. So now I think it's the perfect length. So really, really pleased with how it turned out in the end. Even though I was really nagging about it the last time. Sorry about that. I have a few finished projects today. A few of them I already given away, but I will show you pictures of them. The first one is the Bollibabapants. It's a design by a knit story. It's a project that I knitted for a friend. She's a consultant for a knit story, and she's going to use this Bollibabapants as a model when she's out selling yarn for a knit story. So I knitted this pants in Retwisst cotton, and it is 70% cotton, 25% polyester, and 5% recycled fiber. And it was a really great yarn to knit with. I never tried it before, but I'm really happy with it. Often I find cotton yarns to be really splitty and not so nice to knit with, but I was really pleased with this yarn. It was really nice to knit with. I had some trouble getting gauge, so I had to rip back after knitting almost half the pants, even though I knitted a gauge swatch and all. But it's something about me when I get tired and my gauge just is not right and changes, and yeah, it's troublesome. So I had to rip all back, and I had to go down to 2mm needles. I think it's a US 0 needles. And it took forever, I felt, to knit these pants, but I got there in the end, and I'm very happy that it's done. But I'm happy with the results. I think the needle intended in the pattern was 3.5mm or something like that. So 2mm is, yeah. But I'm very pleased it's done. And it's nice to be able to knit something that's not only for myself, to help out a friend. That's good. The next one that I'm done with is the champagne cardigan, and I showed it in the last episode. It's designed by Petite Knit. And as I told you last time, it was for a friend, and she has gotten the cardigan, and I think she was really happy with it. I hope so. It was instead of a flower, because she planned a trip to England for me and some other ladies that we went on in June. And instead of giving her like a flower as a thank you, we decided that she would get to choose like a knitted sweater or cardigan, and I would knit it and the other ladies would buy yarn for it. And so she chose the champagne cardigan. And I have knitted it in Sannes Double Sunday in the colorway 9071, which is dusty green, and in Sannes Thin Silk Mohair in the same colorway. And it was okay to knit. Not the funniest knit, not funniest, yeah, it was not fun to knit, but it was okay. I don't like to knit back and forth. It's okay for like a project that you take with you when you're going for like a knitting cafe or on a visit or something like that, or you're watching TV or something. But yeah, it can get boring. And I was not looking forward to knitting the button band. It took me 2 days. It's like, I think it's called double knitting. But it turned out really good. And so it was really worth the job. I think it turned out really nice. So hard work, but worth it. Yeah, I'm really happy with how the cardigan turned out in the end. And yeah, I could really think or I really want to knit a champagne cardigan for myself as well, but not right now. The next finished project I have is also gifted away. It's a love note, and it looks just like this, but it's all in the size 2 to 4 years old. When I was finished with this, I had quite some yarn left. And Professor Pearl has a cal going called, I have to see, so I say they're correct. She has the Love Note Love cal going, and I really wanted to join. So I have knitted a little love note. I didn't have a recipient for the sweater, but I decided to knit a little love note. And I found a little girl who could get it. and it wasn't a birthday or anything, but as Rachel in Night Sky Knitting Podcast said, I gave an unsolicited gift. And I hope they were happy with it, that it was well received. I hope so. I knitted it in the same yarn, as I said, the colorway Wisteria from Garnfene and Viking Kid Silk in the colorway Pink. And I think it's a lot of fun because I had 200 grams of the hand-dyed yarn, and I had four balls of the Kid Silk, which were 25 grams balls. So I got a lot out of those, and I still have 20 grams of the hand-dyed yarn left, so it goes a long way. So I think that's really fun. And now I have a love note to put into Professor Pearl's Cal, so that's fun. And it's a great pattern. I really love the love note pattern, yeah. And it goes fast, 6mm needles. And when it was a size 2 to 4 years old, it really flied by. So that was great. Yes. And I have the next one I actually have here. And it's this. Ooh. It's the single malt sweater by Maxime Cyr, which is Max the Knitter on Instagram. I can show it to you first. Let me see. It's a sweater that I have knitted for my 16-year-old son. I've knitted the size 2. It's knitted in Drops Nepal, which is a wool and alpaca blend. And I have the colorway is 8916 in the colorway Burgundy, and he's chosen the color himself. Let me see. I've knitted it on 4 and 5mm needles, and I really like the raglan on this. I think it's really nice. I like the structure, and it's short rows in the back. And that is always good to see what's front and what is back. And I do really love the structure. I said that already. It's a well-written pattern. It's easy to learn, and yeah, I loved all about it. It looks really good. He hasn't tried it yet. I was going to give it to him for Christmas, but now I'm not sure, because I did measure him and everything, and to get the ease that was recommended, I chose the size 2. But I feel it looks so small. But I measured and everything, and it's all the right measurements. So it's supposed to be okay. But I really want him to try it on. And if he tries it on, I can just as well give it to him now. So maybe I will just do that. And he grows every day, I feel. So maybe he can just get it and use it now. Why wait? I don't know. There's no use waiting. He gets something else for Christmas anyway. So maybe I'll just give it to him after I've shown it to you. Maybe. My one concern is that maybe the arms is really tight. because you decreased quite a lot on the arms. I have tried it on, and for me it's tight, but not too tight. It's really fitted if you, yeah, but it's okay. And I think it looked good on me, so maybe I can take it if you don't like it. But, and if he has complaints about the arms, but the rest of the sweater is okay, I can always rip back and just knit straight down. That's no problem. Yeah. We'll see what he thinks. So I think maybe I'll just give it to him. Yeah, and I have yarn, so I will knit one for my husband as well, but maybe I will knit a size bigger than I was thinking. I'm not sure, or maybe I will not decrease as it says in the pattern. I don't know, because I think maybe the intention is that the arms are going to be tight. But I'm not sure my husband will like that, so I'm not sure. If you have any experience with the single malt sweater, please let me know. If you know, because I think maybe that's the intention. That it's supposed to be like tight on the arms. Because it's not too tight, but it is fitted, if that's the word. But anyway, I think it looks good. I like it. So I hope my son will like it too. So my last finished project, or ongoing project, or I'm not sure what I can say, is pumpkins. I have been going kind of pumpkin crazy, because I've seen people knit these cute pumpkins every year in October for the last years, and I always thought they were so cute, but never got around to knitting them myself. But this year I have been knitting pumpkins, and they are so much fun to knit. I just went on Ravelry and looked for a free pattern for knitted pumpkins, and I found a lot of different patterns, but on the top there was a pattern called Gorgeous Knit Pumpkins by Adrienne Sullivan, and basically it's just knit 2, purl 2, and stitch together and fill it with whatever you have. I filled it with some stuff that is in like a IKEA pillow that I had. That's like a pillow that you have in I don't know what you call it in English, but a pillow that you just have in your chair or sofa as not as a decoration, but yeah, I don't know what you call it, but I'm sure someone can tell me. But anyway, I just use like the stuffing in such a pillow and put in this. And now I started to save all my my ends as I weave in ends in my garments and stuff. I just save all the ends in a bag, and I can just use them as a fill in pumpkins, for example. So I have used leftover yarn. Here is some acrylic yarn. I don't even know what brand or what yarn it is. And here is some wool yarn I had from a Norwegian brand, together with Rauma Plum, and this is some Drops brushed alpaca silk together with this, just to give it some life. So if you see, it's not just orange and yellow, but with some life in it, because I have a bag here. So whenever I feel like knitting a pumpkin, it's ready with needles and everything, because it only takes about an hour to make a pumpkin. So I'm ready. And here you see how orange my acrylic yarn is. Ooh. And I just put it together with some plum. So that's a lot of fun. And the stem is just, it's called hjertegarn, which is some leftovers from a Sunday cardigan that I knit myself a long time ago. So that's a lot of fun. I can really recommend it as a palette cleanser. And I already gifted some for a friend, so it's a perfect little gift for when you go on a visit or something. Yeah. So I have a few whips, not many, but a few. I am still knitting on the summer date top, which is a design by a lady called Hilde on Instagram and Ravelry. She's called Strikkerede. This pattern is only in Norwegian, but I saw on Ravelry that she's writing that it's coming in English, but it doesn't say when. But it's in the future. It will be available in English. Yeah, I'm knitting this in a hand-dyed yarn from a Norwegian hand dyer called Kvitlamme. It's a sock yarn, so a fingering sock yarn. The colorway is Summer Mellow. It's a construction bottom up. Not my favorite, I have to say. I prefer to knit top down. Yeah, I don't know. I just like knitting top down. I don't know. I feel it goes a lot slower knitting bottom up. Something about having to knit the arms separately, and no, I don't. No. But I'm doing it, but it's not what I prefer. But I think it will be a perfect and great garment when I'm done with it. So I'm done with the body. So you see it's some structure pattern in the bottom, which will probably nice when it's blocked. And I've taken off for the arms. And I always think it's hard to know if it's too long or too short when I knit bottom up. I don't think it's so easy to see the length. I think that's easier when I knit top down. But that's just me. Yeah. But that's the body, and I've started on one arm. I wish I knew how to knit 2 arms at a time. I have tried to knit 2 socks at a time. That was not for me. No. I didn't get how to do that, so I haven't tried knitting two arms at the time. But I wish I knew how to do that, because then I was done with 2 arms when now I have to start on another one when this is done, but here is 1 arm. And it also has the structure on the bottom of the arm. So I bought this yarn last year in September, and I probably liked it then. I do like it now as well, but because I bought it for this pattern, I'm a bit unsure if I like it now to wear as a sweater. But we'll see. Maybe. It is a lot happening, a lot of colors, but we'll see. I will knit it, and if I don't like it, maybe someone else will like it, or I can give it away to someone or donate it. But it's fun to knit. We'll see. No hurry with this one. As I said last time, it's 18 sizes in this pattern. Yes. It goes from 82 centimeters bust to 166 centimeters. I'm knitting the size 4, which has bust circumference of 96 centimeters. So that gives me about 6 centimeters east, 7 centimeters east, something like that. Who knows if I am still on gauge? Yeah, I haven't checked in a while. I probably should, with my history. But that's the summer dates up. And the next I'm knitting on is a shawl, because the lovely Hannah of Herb Garden Knitwear has a knit-along on all her beautiful shawl designs in October and November. And I have joined her knit-along. It's like an alternative to the West Knits MCAL, which I love to watch everyone who are knitting on the shawl, to Stephen West. There are so many lovely colors, and it's so fun to watch how it develops as the clue comes out. But I could never have joined it myself, so I'm so happy Hannah has an alternative, because it's always fun to join a cal. And I am knitting on her Ardent Autumn Shawl. I'm knitting in Drops Soft Tweed in the colorway 19, no, not 19, but 18, in the colorway Carrot Cake. The perfect autumn color, if you ask me. Let me see if I can show you. And this is how far I have come. Oh, I have so many stitch markers on here. And I think it's turning out beautifully. I am really looking forward to having this done. And I'm really enjoying knitting on it. The pattern is so beautifully written, and it's so easy to memorize. I have all these stitch markers on here, so I won't do any mistakes. So it's easy for me to know if I've done a mistake, then it's easy for me to fix it, because then I know which part it's in. Yeah, I hope that makes sense. So that's why I have all these colors on here. Yeah. So I really am enjoying knitting on this, and we have group on Instagram with people who are joining the CAL, so we can show each other progress and what color we are knitting in and everything. So that's very, very fun, and it's people from all places from the world, so it's really nice. And I love to see, not everyone is knitting this shawl, so that's a lot of fun to see people knitting different designs from Hannah. I only have one more work in progress, and that's a pair of socks. Not a pair yet, only one, but it will be a pair. It's a sock pattern called Mini Pettini. It's by a Norwegian lady called Haugen Bergsrønning. It's only in Norwegian, but it's like a vanilla sock with fade. And it's really cool, I think. Here it is. So this is how far I'm knitting on 2.25mm needles, Chiagu, because they are my favorite sock knitting needles. Magic loop. And I'm knitting in with this mini from garnbutikken Fortuna called Plommetre. And with this, together with this, which I have dyed myself. And this is a wool and polyamide blend. And this is a merino and nylon blend. So these two together, and you see that it's faded together. So this is a Christmas gift. Hopefully they will fit. That's always a bit exciting when you're knitting for someone else. So yeah. But they are fun knitting on. I like to knit socks, so that's good. Yeah, that's all my whips. I have to get some more things on my needles. It's way too few. So I have a few acquisitions. Last time I told you about some dream knitting, some loose plans. So I have bought some yarn for some of the projects that I was thinking about. So it was the lapis from Yamagara that I want to knit, that I showed you two of the yarns last time that I had in my stash, which was these two from Spøtegarn. And I needed a main color. So I bought these two from a Norwegian hand dyer called Stullenstrikk. Let me see if I can show you. And the colorway is called Møkkete. So these are going to be a lapis. I think that will be nice for Christmas. So hopefully I will have this on my needles in November, something like that. I hope so. So that's the one acquisition. These two from Stullenstrikk. And I also bought from him another skein because I want to make a shifty, and I told you I wanted to use the handspun that I got from Brie in Doodlebug Yarn. So I am not sure I'm going to use this together with this, but maybe. But if not, I'm going to use it for something else. But it's this yarn from Stulen Strikk. It's in the colorway Gul, which is yellow in English. And it's in the Snurr Merino, it's called. Snurr Merino base, soft twist. So I'm not sure if I'm going to use this, but let me know if you think I should. And we had a knit night at the local coffee shop here, together with the local yarn shop called Strikkedilla. And she had, at the yarn shop, she had 20% off on her yarn, which is always nice. So I bought the main color for the shifty, and I chose Rauma Fin Ull, which is a Norwegian wool, 100% Norwegian wool, really rustic and nice. In the colorway 452. It's a gray beige color, so it's going to be the main color of my shifty. So I don't know if I managed to show you this together. So let me know if you think I should use the yellow or not. It's always nice with some opinions from others to help you choose. No, this was very hard for me. Yeah, I don't know if you can see it well, but this is the main color then. So I'm not sure if I'm going to have this with or not, or I'm only going to use this. If you have an opinion, I would love to know. Yeah. Shifty. And I also bought some Sandnes Tynn Silk Mohair in the colorway 6042, which is it's a blue. Because I'm going to make a ranunculus. And I bought this, I think I showed it as a acquisition last time. It's from Garnfene. So I'm going to make a ranunculus. I really want to do that too before Christmas. So we'll see how this will go. I want to share a few podcast recommendations with you. A few podcasts that I recently discovered and really enjoy. The first one is the Island Lamb Knits. It's a lady called Diane. Very nice podcast. Diane has a very thoughtful and nice way to approach her knitting, I think. And yeah, the way she talks about the projects she has, it shows that she has a lot of knowledge, and yeah, it gives me a lot of inspiration. And I really recommend that you take a look at her episodes. I think she has 3 episodes out now. They're short, but I really enjoy watching them, and I think there is something to learn from her. So I really recommend that you take a look at the Island Lamb Knits. And the next one I want to recommend is A Knitter's Soul. It's the podcast is by Elo. Elo is from Estonia, but she lives in Oslo, here in Norway. And she's fantastic. She knits fantastic things, and the way she chooses her colors is amazing. She has a special eye for color, and the way she puts colors together is just amazing, I think. So, and the wall behind her, just watch the wall behind her. It's beautiful. Yeah, so I really recommend that you take a look at Elo's podcast, A Knitter's Soul. So that was the 2 podcasts that I wanted to recommend today. Yeah, so in life there's not much happening as usual. I feel I say that every time. But I'm going away for 3 weeks. This Wednesday I am going to a little place, not like 1.5 hours away, I think, from where I live. Because of, as I told you before, if you've been here before, I had cancer 12 years ago, but I'm cancer free. But I have some issues because of the cancer treatment. So I'm going on not a retreat, they call it rehabilitation. So I'm going there for 3 weeks. 3 weeks away from my kids and my husband. It's a long time, but it's not far away, but yeah. Anyway, it's a beautiful place. I've been there before. 5 years ago I was on the same rehabilitation or retreat, so it was good. And I think it will be good now as well. Yeah, good to learn some techniques and way of mastering my days and the energy level that I have and stuff like that. So some mindfulness and some training and walks in the beautiful nature and stuff like that. And since I don't have to wash, I don't have to clean the house, I don't have to make food, I don't have to pack any lunches and stuff like that, it's more knitting time. So I have to pack some projects. So I'm thinking about what projects should I pack, because I'm away for 3 weeks. I probably will have a lot of knitting time, and I don't want to risk running out of yarn or needles. So I have to have a big bag of yarn with me. Yes. And projects and patterns and everything I need. Yeah. So it's good I'm driving my own car. Yes. I think I have to pack my whole like knitting corner here with me. So that will be good. So maybe I will have a lot of things to show you the next time I podcast, hopefully. Yeah, so that's all. Thank you everyone for your lovely comments, and I really appreciate you all watching and encouraging me. I really, really appreciate every single one of you. If you like today's episode, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing. That will help me spread the knitting joy to more people, and that is always a lot of fun. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today. I really enjoy making this video podcast. It gives me a lot of joy, and hopefully you enjoy watching it too. I hope so. Take care of yourself and take care of the people around you. And yeah, until I see you next time, happy knitting. See you soon. Bye.
I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. I've changed for the better this time. I thought I would never be fine. I strive just to say I'm alright, and for the first time in a long time I'm alright. I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. I'm not falling, I'll push all my chips and call all in. I'll bet on myself, you keep stalling. I hear destiny and it's calling. I'll keep my head up high through the downs and lows, and where I'll go in life, still nobody knows. But I'ma choose what's right and take what comes and goes, and ain't no one in life holding me back no more. I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago.